Yeah, so my name is Girish Wankhede. I had been the part of mainstream cinema for almost 2 decades now. And now, when the topic of my today's discussion is the representation of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's community in mainstream cinema. So, let me start when we say about what mainstream cinema is all about. When we talk about mainstream cinema, it comprises of not only films but also television, OTT platforms, and in the new wave of uh, latest ongoing media platforms or avenues. The new term which has been coined is called as short video app. So, in fact, when we say short video, these videos length is around 5 to 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and in that you create something which could be an imitation, it could be a song, it could be anything which it could be comedy, anything. So that short video has got a big space now. When you go to Facebook, you come across something which is called as reels. So reels is also the part of short video. So we right now are running a short video app called as Jai Bhim, and this app has a great history. It was started in January this year. It has got great traction. We had been instrumental in promoting three avenues through this app. One is education, second is entertainment, and third is entrepreneurship. We are trying to find various brands which can be affiliated with JBIM so that they can give or provide educational workshops to a lot of underprivileged kids. We are also providing a platform for a lot of influencers who post their short videos on these apps. We recently took four kids from Mumbai to Dubai for an international midday icon awards, where these four influencers from our community, when we say our community, that is our Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's community, were able to perform on international stage with several film goers and several film stars and several international celebrities. So we are quite uh, gung ho, very positive, very upbeat about short video app. And this is a new wave medium. So we had already observed that there is a lot of content which has been posted by the influencers or the video creators from tier 2 or tier 3 cities, and these are basically from our community. So that was a general observation, that whenever a community student or a community kid used to post something on Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar or Bhagwan Buddha on reels or chingaris or roposos or josh of the world, these short videos which they used to post were never went viral. They were not at all received properly. They were not being able to generate traction. And most of the time, these videos were deleted as well. So that was a big concern. And when that concern came to us, that there are so many students, so many kids who talk about Ambedkarite songs, and we have got a great tradition of Ambedkarite songs. So they used to recite those songs, but these songs never used to get viral. So at that time, we around six to seven uh, uh, people came around who were from the different walks of life, and we thought that we will create our own app instead of us posting songs on Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and Bhagwan Buddha on somebody else's app. It's better to have our own app. And that was the time we created Jaivim app. Right now, it's already 9 to 10 months old, and we are doing amazingly wonderful in this space. At this moment, Jaivim app could be downloaded from for all the iOS users, for iPhone users. There is a technical glitch on the Android, but those who have iPhones, they can see the app and they can download the app. So that was about Jaivim app. Now to coming to the main topic, that is representation. When we say representation in mainstream cinema, today is in fact a wonderful day. There is a young student called as Somnath Wagmare. He has today released his documentary. The name of the documentary is Chaitya Bhumi, and the producer of the documentary is Paranjit. Now, Paranjit is one of the most sought after name in Tamil cinema. He is the one Ambedkarite filmmaker who proudly says that my films are political films. I don't make films, I give political statements. He says that every film which I made, may it Kala, may it Kabali, be it Sarapatta Parambarai, any film I made it as a political statement because I don't want to show Dalit actors or the heroes or representations in a bad light. I don't want to show them victims. So there, this is what we call as the current representation in Indian cinema. So before coming to the current representation, if we go back, the first film in India was made in 1913, Raja Harishchandra. From those years, if we come to 70s, up to 70s, we have seen films which were Achut Kanya or which was Sujata or Bandini, or all these films where Dalit characters was a typical caricature. It was always a victim. Up to a film called as Sadgati, which was directed by Satyajit Ray. It was based on a film. It was based on a book by Premchand. So that film was also a film which represented victimization of Dalit. So the hero of Dalit was obviously a caricature. The way we came across up to 70s, the same thing happened in black community as well in US. There also all the black community representation in mainstream cinema was always inferior. The black used to be a driver, he used to be a cook, or he used to be a waiter, up to driving Miss Daisy. Then there were some of the filmmakers which took a new step. And these filmmakers were Melvin Von Peebles, and then there was one of the revolutionary filmmaker who came across in late 70s and early 80s was Spike Lee. He made a film called Do the Right Things. It was the start of an era of a black revolutionary filmmaking. And then there was another boy called as John Singleton who made a film called Boys in the Hood. It was in 70s. So these people made those films in which the blacks were not caricatures. They had something to say. They had a voice. And then it was followed by a lot of filmmakers. And these filmmakers right now are several, and they talk about black voices. They talk about black heroes. Now there is a director called Jordan Peele who has a black protagonist in all his films. Get Out was his film, and then there are so many directors who are now the directors who have black narratives with them. So the poster boy of US is Spike Lee. It's a man who started it. Now, to tell you that it has revolutionized to such extent that in 2020, like 2 years back during the COVID, there were four major films which has black protagonists, and these four major films were talk of the town. They were in Oscar race. They were critically acclaimed. They were box office super hits, and these four films which told us about the four black stories. One was One Night in Miami. Second was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Third was Judas and the Black Messiah. And the fourth was The Five Blood. Again, The Five Blood was directed by Spike Lee. So the way entire revolution came from black in US from 70s to 80s, like that, we actually in India also have seen the representation of Dalits, representation of Ambedkar community in the mainstream cinema, and it all started with Paranjit. That is, frankly, I would say the way we have a poster boy of a Spike Lee in US, we have Paranjit in Tamil. Now, Paranjit made a school. When he started making a film with a mainstream hero like Rajnikant, he was very clear about it. He said that I am not doing a favor of by making a film. I am actually creating a political statement. I am talking about a Dalit protagonist who can talk spade to spade, and he is not victimized. He is not a victim. He is, in fact, powerful. So that powerful thing, or that drama which he created, then he has followers. Who was the other follower? Then he had followers like Vetri Maran. Vetrimaran made Asuran with Dhanush. Then other followers was Mari Selvaraj. He made films like Periyuram Perumal, and then he made even Karnan as well. So these are films when these guys made in Tamil, like Paranjit, Vetrimaran, and Mari Selvaraj, they are the poster boys of Tamil cinema. So what they created there was actually replicated in other industries as well. We had Nagraj Manjule in Marathi. So we have Neeraj Gaiwan who made Masan. He is from Nagpur. And then he has just even Sacred Games 2 was directed by him. So we have so many people. We have Milind Uke. He did mechanical engineering from VRC. Then he did his FTI graduation, and then he was 7 years assistant to Sanjay Leela Bhansali, and then he made his first film called Devki, which was able to generate and garner 23 state awards. Then he made Patshala starring Nana Patekar and Shahid Kapoor. So a man of our community like Milind Uke represent mainstream cinema. They make a film which gets States Award. They make a film like Patshala, which is a typical Hindi potboiler film. And then we have new wave of filmmakers who are like Shailesh Narwade, who makes Jayanti. There is Sanjay Jivne, who makes Paidagir. So there are always an uneasiness and unsettlement in this community which want to tell their stories. And we are there to tell our stories now. Now is I always believe that our stories are better. If it was Diwar, if Amitabh Bachchan doesn't go inside the temple, he must be Dalit. We are there. We are. If it was Diwar, the Amitabh Bachchan. If we remake Diwar right now, the representation of Amitabh Bachchan will be a Dalit character. That is what I believe in. If they can make Bahubali and make something which is imaginary and larger than life, we can always do something that way also. And at this moment, when we have array of filmmakers, we have array of creative writers, we have an array, a battery of creative actors, we have array of film professionals, and they're amazing, and they're doing amazing work. So at this moment, I'm proudly telling you that we are there buzzing in mainstream cinema. We have so many great, wonderful, creative guys in all spaces of mainstream cinema. Just think about an actor called Ashok Lokhande. He was given a national award 3 or 4 years back for his character of Vasantdada Patil. That film was directed by Jabbar Patel. He is again from Nagpur. Then there is Nagesh Bhosle. He is doing amazing work. Then there is Siddharth Jadhav. These are all actors. We have Gaurav More, we have Vinita Kharaat, we have Bhau Kadam, we have Kailash Wagmare. These are fantabulous actors. The whole Maharashtrachi Hasya Jatra stands on the able shoulders of the actors of our community. And that is what something we need to realize. That is something we need to understand, that we are amazing people. We have our own stories to tell. And when we tell our stories, right now, we are not talking about the victim stories of victimization. Gone are the days of Sadgati and Achut Kanya. Now we are talking about Asuran. Now we are talking about Karanan. Now we are talking about a film called Nachitram Nagar Giradhu. That is a new film which is made by Paranjit. It was released on OTT some 4 or 5 months back, and it has got a dialogue where he says, "Ki, who are you? Like you read so many books." So the protagonist, the female protagonist, says that yes, I read books because I'm an Ambedkarite. So that is a dialogue there. And Nagaraj Manjuli makes Jhund. So where we celebrate our 14th April. So it is a proper transition time. We are going through a transition phase, and we are upbeat with all our achievements. We are so cool now. We are talking about the way black representation has become dominant in world cinema. We are also dominant that we have got so many so many actors, directors. We have directors like As I said, we have to, we have so many directors, we have so many actors. We have a music director called Mangesh Dhakde, who is doing amazing work. He was the music composer of Article 15, Vadu, lot of great films. So there are so many actors, so many directors, so many writers. There is a guy called Dr. Sagar. He is from JNU and he does amazing lyrics writing. And he is a cutter, robust, strong Ambedkarite. So I have seen people and I had been fortunate in making these people meet. We come across these people and whenever we find time, we try to meet. At least once in a month, we all Ambedkarite filmmakers, creative people, we come across, we meet each other and we'll try to share our stories. And all the stories are amazing. I'm telling you, these all stories are so interesting because some people make their mind that they should be the part of film industry and some people just come in. But seriously, to tell you that those who are serious about show business, those who are upbeat and proud about show business, they're able to make it. Those who are skeptical, those who don't understand much of it, those who don't understand a difference between Sahir Ludhianvi and Mazroo Sultanpuri and Nida Fazli, they don't have to do much into it, but they can learn if they are interested. So it is something which is too passionate. And I'm telling you, because I am in mainstream cinema, I'm a mechanical engineer. Let me tell you, I finished my mechanical engineering from Amravati. I'm proper from Nagpur, Indora. Indora is the place where I used to stay near Buddha Vihar. I'm very proud of it. That place has showed me everything. I was witness to Namantar Andolan. I was witness to a lot of political campaigns and everything. And in those Indora, Buddha Vihar, and Buddhanagar and Jaripatka and everything, these were that was the time when I spent my childhood there. I did my junior college from Government Technical High School, Bardi, and then I did my engineering, mechanical engineering from Amravati. And while doing my engineering, I was always inclined towards cinema. I used to go to watch films with my parents, and I was seriously in love with love of cinema. So I came in Mumbai. I struggled. I took tuition classes. I didn't do any engineering job, but I was very, very hooked to meet somebody in production. And luckily, I met a guy. He made me to meet. Uh, uh, that time, Vimal Kumar was making a film called Rajaji. I forayed into production. So they were very, 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 very. It was strange for them. They were very conscious and they used to ask me कि when you're कि आप engineer हो आप क्या कर रहे हो इधर? I used to say कि yes, I love this cinema. I want to learn. So I learned public relations. So I started writing press releases. That time it was not the time of emails. So we used to go to press offices and distribute press releases. I learned press public relations. Then I understood marketing. Then I understood distribution. So for 10 years I was heading marketing for Cinemax and PVR, which is a national multiplex chain. So I was national marketing head for PVR. Then in last 2 years, I was also the national marketing head for PVR Pictures. So PVR Pictures is the distribution arm of PVR Cinemas, and I was instrumental in releasing best of the Hollywood films and best of the Bollywood films in the country. I started Marathi Film Festival for 4 5 years. I was president to it, and I used to go to Hong Kong, watch films there, and then decide on whether it should be released in India or not. And if it is released in India, how it has to be released. That was the strategy part which I used to handle while I was heading PVR. And in that in that space, I had distributed films like Wolf of Wall Street, Imitation Game, Her, also The Expendables and all. So my lot of work is there in on the internet also. But I just want to tell my all the colleagues here, the people who wanted to listen to me, that you can make it anywhere, and especially in film business only if you have passion, and if you are intelligent enough, because passion also needs your intelligentsia, also it needs a lot of dedication. And films is not about only about acting, or there are around 22 verticals in film acting. And when you do a film uh, production, after completion of the film, before the film, when it starts, it's called pre-production, then production of the film, then post-production. So when you finish a film, then comes the distribution and marketing of that film. So I had been the distributor and marketeer of films for last 15 years, and I have distributed more than 50 films. And while I was in PVR, I distributed more than 100 films. So 50 films I independently distributed and marketed. So the whole idea of telling you is that we have got our representation in almost every space. We are wonderful writers. We are wonderful directors, and of course, yes, we have now. There are so many people who are learning film business. I am a trade analyst, so on NDTV or on Aastak, you can see me talking about figures. So I emphasize more on film business than I review also films. So in all this juncture, when we see ourselves that how we are coming through, and what are the things which we are right now witnessing. So we are witnessing a great change. Netflix is making a film which is based on a book called Caste, and it has taken auditions everywhere. So I certainly believe that at this present we have representation, and that representation is only 50%. We have still 50% to go. We are amazing in each of the space. The way our music directors are creating sound, creating music. They are doing great job. And then there are our stories. Recently, there was a third installment of a Netflix web series called as Indian Predator, which was called as Courtroom, Murder in the Courtroom, which is directed by Kulkarni, and it is our story, and it is a documentary. It has been received quite well. So the whole idea is we don't need only technocrats, or we don't need only actors, or we don't need only artists. We also need filmmakers who has got great vision. And when I see right now the way new wave of filmmakers, as I say about this today's guy, Somnath Wagmare, so there are, and then there is even Shailesh Narwade, and there are so many wonderful boys who are doing great job. And I had been witnessing this for last 20, 25 years. I have seen the graph going up, up only because there are not only we who are making our stories. There is a film called Kagaz, which features this guy called Tripathi, Pankaj Tripathi, and he features there as a Dalit character, Gagas. It was directed by Satish Kaushik. So when I reviewed that film, he called me and told me that thank you very much for reviewing that film. Then there was a film called Serious Man. It was directed by Sudhir Mishra, and Nawazuddin's character is a Dalit character again. It was based on a book by Manu Joseph. So we are the part of mainstream stories. We, even when we say Kantara, it is our story. We represent Jal, Zameen, and Jungle. So we are almost everywhere, and we need to be very proud about our own achievements. We should be very clear about it. And there is no rocket science about it. If you understand, if you know your job, you are there. If I can make it, anybody can make it. Believe me, it's a wonderful, wonderful life here. We need to love cinema. And there is no business like show business. I am in love with this business. And secondly, when we start this short video app, the whole idea of this app, Jai Bhim short video app, is to promote our talent. And when we say our talent, it is the talent of Jai Bhim representation. It is the talent of Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar's community. So we are spirited enough. We know our job well. We had been part of the mainstream cinema. I distributed mainstream films. I had been the like if it was Nagpur, and if it was from Akshay Kumar to Salman Khan to Shah Rukh Khan, you name an actor, and whoever has come to Nagpur in Sitabardi Cinemax, I was one who took him there, and I was one who got Akshay Kumar in Diksha Bhumi. I was one who got Akshay Khanna and Ajay Devgan during a film called Akrosh to promote that film in Diksha Bhumi. So I think there are so many wonderful people around us. They are positive. They know the narrative well. My younger brother Harish Wankhede, who is professor in JNU, he also writes well. He writes superlative, and he has got a great understanding of Dalit cinema and the film. And interestingly, when I was going to talk to you guys about our representation in mainstream cinema, I just wanted to on internet. I just wanted to see Dalit representation in Indian cinema. I just put in, and interestingly, there were only two articles, and both were written by Harish Wankhede. So I think it grows in the family. So anyway, it has been a great time for me to be the part of this. I am the part of various film festivals, talk to several people. But this is what a nutshell is. I just want everybody to be the part of this great industry and the great business called show business. So this is what all about the brief of what our topic is. And now I'm open to answer the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Girisha. Please raise your hand before asking the question. I will I will mention their name, and please keep your questions short and related to the topic. Um, yes, Vivek sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, Girishji, Jai Bhim.
Jai Bhim,
It's
Jai
a
Bhim.
wonderful presentation coming over to Anna Vihara, and definitely the topic that's been selected to talk over, is appropriate ways to say. And my question is coming to you. We see there's in the mainstream, like media doesn't allow, or the medium show businesses doesn't allow Dalit representation. Is there a possibility to create a platform, something like Dalit's Got Talent or Bahujan's Got Talent, which can be run throughout India, something as a in competition with the other group of people, something where Bahujan community can get more representation without any biases. So that's my question to you.
My answer is no. We need not have to have our own separate Bahujan talent or something. We are already the part of mainstream cinema. So you have to compete with them. We need to be better. We can't say that we are a group who are doing amazing work. We are a group of writer, actor. Why? If Irfan Khan is doing something, or Dilip Saab has done something, or Amitabh Bachchan has done something, or Shah Rukh Khan has done something, we have to do it. And if you have to do it, we need to be confident enough to compete with them. We don't need to make any group. Nobody makes any group. The artists are just uh, too small to make any group. They are there. If you are a wonderful writer, you be from any place. Shailendra was a writer who was from our community, but he never disclosed it. So it's okay. I met in a party. I met a lyricist, and his name is Shekhar Astitva. So he has done a great song called as Kar Har Maidan Fateh. It's a very famous song. So I said ki Shekhar, it's a great song, and I'm Girish Wankhede and I'm doing JB ma'am. So he said कि भाई मेरा नाम ना शेखर रामटेके है, लेकिन मैं अस्तित्व नाम लिखता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे अस्तित्व के नाम से जाना जाता है वगैरह वगैरह. So there are people who are timid not to talk about their own identity, and we don't care for them. I am against forming any group. I always say that it is the whole world. It belongs to us. The whole film industry belongs to us. So if you want to compete, we need to compete like the way everybody is competing. That is my answer. Thank you.
Yeah, my question again, just I'm sorry, I will just do a follow up with this question. The reason I'm asking, when there's a lack of representation, and the bottom line of this lack of representation goes back into the casteist mentality of the Indian cinemas or Indian system. And though there may be a big talent in our community, however, the representation is not given. due to this mentality. So how do we, bring the majority of the Indian population to this show business?
No, I will tell you, those who want representation, they have to work hard, and they don't have you like why? How come Mangesh Dhakde is doing 7 films right now? Because he is not cribbing that I don't get the representation, and I want my people to be around me, and I people are so casteist that I can't do it. No way. Everybody has got a fair chance. That is what want to say, that there must be a casteist mentality, but in films and cinema, it's not at all there. They are all accepting if you are wonderful. If you are superlative, they will accept it. You don't need to be fall prey to it. It is not in that walk. I have not come across where people have been neglected because of their caste. Not at all. If you have a great story to tell, irrespective of your caste or religion, there will be a producer who will back up. That producer will never think that you are from a scheduled caste community. That producer will always think about his business. This film, it's a business, it's a show business. So he will never think about it. He will always think about making a successful film. And if you are a part of it, if that Dr. Sagar, who is a pure vocal Ambedkarite, if he wants to write a song for Maharani, he will write it. And if the director is Subhash Kapoor, he will take it, irrespective of his caste, because he needs him. So you create a need for you. So by talking about that these people are casteist and they, no way. Give me 2 examples anytime on my number that this man is back or this man has not done great only because his caste angle, and I will tell you where he failed.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for your answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate.
The next question from Mega Man.
Hi, Girish. Good to know
Hi.
your amazing journey.
Hi.
During my engineering, I had a subject on finance. So I think revenue matters a lot. So you are doing good and business is also good. We should be very professional. I just want to know, like, when can we see a movie where Buddhist culture will be shown as a normal culture? Like, because you are seeing, like, we are still discussing about Hindus and all in all the movies and all. So, like, after a hectic day, we like to see something very light. And
there will be a lot of filmmakers who will come across and will make the film. You should see the films of Paranjit. You should see the films of Vetri Maran. You should see the film of Neeraj Gaiwan. You should see, and there are so many films which are right now being made. You must have seen Jayanti. So it is our representation. So Buddhist culture and all. If a filmmaker makes his mind that yes, this is the subject I want to create. This is the subject I want to make it reach to the people. He will come across a wonderful narration, and you will be able to see that.
like
It's not far.
Yeah, I mean to say, like, if you see television now, we are seeing in all the serials, you see Hindu culture is everywhere. There is no serial where Buddhist culture has been shown.
So we have to come across and make it. If there are more representation of producers from our community, we will be able to make it. Right now, how many producers we have? So we have less because our generation, which was our parents, they always taught us to be more thoughtful and go for the career which is non-risky. We always opted to become an engineer or a doctor or an IAS officer or something which gives us security. So we never opted for it. Who is the producer? Producer is the guy who puts in money to make a film or a web series or a serial. So how many people are there who take risk to put their own money and make something on Buddha? There are less, but they will increase. So we are not a very risk-taking community before, because we always had opted for our government jobs and a lot of other things. So our people and representation is less, but right now it is increasing. So as we increase the people who are in who comes as a producers, who comes as a financiers, who put money in creating something for our community, we will see a lot of changes on television. There is a wonderful thing I want to tell you. On 14th April, all the 4 major Marathi channels, Star Prava, Colors Marathi, Zee Marathi, and there is another Marathi. These all 4 channels have 1 hour show on Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar songs. That and though all the 4 shows are being divided by in between Umap and Shindes. That is Anand Shinde, Prahlad Shinde, and then Nandesh Umap and Sandesh Umap. So we have got 1 hour show dedicated to us. It means there is a change. But if we have people who are coming as a producers, it won't be far behind.
Yeah. I just want to tell one thing, like I have watched some Pakistani shows and they have shown their Muslim culture very beautifully, you know, it was like very, very nice.
I know that. Yeah. That is quite popular there. But if we have got wonderful producers like Pakistani producers, we will be able to see the Buddhist culture as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next question from Jagannatha Venkat.
Call it JV. Okay, sure. Many thanks, sir. I learned a lot about one view of a Ambedkarite, Namabodaya JB, about the film industry. My background is I don't miss any international film festival at Bangalore. Unfortunately, it's held at Goa these days. My simple question to you is this. You used the word somewhere rocket science. Am I right?
Yeah.
You are wrong, actually. See, every day we go to toilet, we do rocket science only, but we don't go out of the roof.
Okay.
What I want to tell you, it is abused word, please. Number one, because I'm a space scientist for 30 years. What my question is, you never touched upon what is the total amount of money involved in the form of advertisement in the media today.
Okay.
Our estimate says $5 billion, especially in the COVID time. Time.
Yes.
NDTV gives you same advertisement 5 times in every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
My weapon COVID has given me is mute. I mute the ad. I mute the radio. You know, for your kind. My question is simple. If you do not consider the money aspect, the financial aspect, you are at wrong. You'll be missing an important point, because in the Middle East, the Hindi movies go so well. You see, they mint money like anything. There's so much of black money. We have great filmmakers in South India who are Ambedkarites. Vihara, so many people I can tell. They have made classical things. So kindly enlighten me why you are not considering the financial issues involved in the show media.
This financial issues means what? I am a trade analyst, so I understand finance. Finance means what actually want to say?
Sir, I tell you, I'll explain. 10 seconds costs 80,000 rupees in Indian